They called him a heartthrob, then a misfit, then a genius, and finally a villain. But what if I told you that his real life has been far stranger, darker, and wilder than any character he ever played on screen? Welcome to Celebrity TV. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on the notifications bell so you don't miss the stories Hollywood doesn't want you to hear. Today, we're diving into the unbelievable life of one of Hollywood's most unpredictable legends, Johnny Depp. At first glance, Depp's career looks like a dream. He's one of the most recognizable faces in the world. His movies have grossed billions, and his characters have become cultural icons. But peel back the curtain, and what you find is a man who spent decades battling demons, scandals, and chaos that nearly destroyed him more than once. Johnny Depp wasn't born into glamour. He was just a boy from Owensboro, Kentucky, who grew up in a stormy household. His parents' marriage was volatile, and by the time Johnny was 15, he dropped out of school. Not because he didn't care about learning, but because he wanted to chase music. With a battered guitar in his hands, he moved from garage bands to small clubs, dreaming of becoming a rock star. Acting? That wasn't even on the radar. But life has a way of throwing curveballs. A chance meeting with actor Nicolas Cage convinced Depp to try his hand at acting. He thought, why not? It might pay the bills. His first role? A Nightmare on Elm Street in 1984. His big scene? Being swallowed alive by a demon bed. Not exactly glamorous, but it got him noticed. From there, 21, Jump Street made him a household name. Teenage girls across America had his posters on their walls, and Hollywood labeled him a rising heartthrob. But here's where Johnny's story takes a strange turn. He hated it. He didn't want to be the pretty boy everyone screamed for. Fame felt like a trap. So instead of cashing in on safe leading man roles, he ran in the opposite direction. He chased the strange, the misunderstood, the outcasts. Edward Scissorhands, a gentleman with blades for fingers. Ed Wood, a failed filmmaker obsessed with making movies. Willy Wonka with his unsettling smile. The Mad Hatter with his wild, painted eyes. Each role was eccentric, bizarre, and risky, and yet each one proved Depp wasn't just an actor. He was a chameleon. He could disappear into anyone. And then came Pirates of the Caribbean. Captain Jack Sparrow wasn't just a role, it was a revolution. The swagger, the eyeliner, the drunken walk. Disney executives panicked. They thought Depp was sabotaging their family-friendly film. He's ruining the movie, one even said. But when audiences saw it, they went crazy. Jack Sparrow became the face of the franchise, and Depp became one of the biggest movie stars in the world. But while Captain Jack was conquering the seas on screen, Johnny's personal life was sinking fast. Fame gave him fortune, but also brought addiction, lawsuits, broken relationships, and financial chaos. Imagine earning hundreds of millions of dollars and still ending up in debt. That was Johnny. At one point, his spending habits were so extreme, millions on luxury wine, staff, and even a cannon to blast his friend Hunter S. Thompson's ashes into the sky, that financial advisors begged him to stop. But Johnny was Johnny. He didn't play by rules, not in Hollywood, and not in life. Then came the darkest storm of his career, his marriage to Amber Heard. At first, it seemed like a Hollywood love story. Two beautiful stars finding each other on set. But what followed was years of accusations, bitter fights, and finally, a courtroom battle that turned their private lives into global spectacle. Every detail was exposed. Shocking text messages, disturbing audio recordings, wild claims from both sides. Millions of people tuned in, dissecting every testimony, every expression. It was more than a trial. It was entertainment for the world. Fans chose sides. Hashtag Justice for Johnny Depp versus hashtag I Stand with Amber Heard. The line between fact and performance blurred, and Depp's reputation hung by a thread. For years, Hollywood distanced itself from him. Disney quietly dropped him from Pirates. Studios hesitated to cast him. Headlines painted him as toxic. The man who once ruled the box office was suddenly seen as a liability. But Depp didn't go quietly. He fought back in court, and when the verdict finally landed in his favor, it felt like a Hollywood twist ending. Fans cheered. Crowds gathered outside the courthouse, and Johnny's name, once whispered with doubt, was shouted again with pride. He wasn't just an actor making a comeback. He was a man reclaiming his story. Now, here's the part most people don't see. For all his chaos, Johnny Depp has always been known for surprising acts of kindness. On the set of Pirates, he was infamous for never breaking character, even at lunchtime. Imagine ordering a sandwich and having Captain Jack Sparrow slur his way through your order. At first, the crew thought he was drunk. Nope, that was just Johnny living the role. And then there's his visits to children's hospitals. Without cameras, without publicity, Depp would show up in full Sparrow costume, entertaining sick kids for hours. For those children, he wasn't a Hollywood scandal. He was a hero, a pirate who made them laugh when they needed it most. But beyond the headlines, Johnny has returned to the dream he started with: music. After the court battles, he stepped back on the stage with his guitar, touring with his band Hollywood Vampires alongside legends like Alice Cooper and Joe Perry. For Depp, it feels like coming full circle. The boy who dropped out of school to play in a band is now, decades later, living out that dream on his own terms. So, who is Johnny Depp really? That's the question. Is he the troubled genius who gave us Jack Sparrow? The eccentric artist who refuses to play by Hollywood's rules? Or the reckless celebrity whose chaos almost destroyed him? Maybe he's all of it. Maybe that's why his story is so fascinating. Because Johnny Depp's life is proof that sometimes the most unforgettable characters aren't the ones on screen. They're the ones living behind it. Okay, that's it for today on Celebrity TV. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section below. Do you think Johnny Depp's greatest performance was Captain Jack Sparrow, or has his real life been the wildest movie he's ever starred in? Let us know. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible celebrity stories coming tomorrow.